Hello again. Before I do my next video, I just thought that would show you a couple of my dried canvases, which I am quite proud of. The first and larger one was my first attempt at trying to do the abalone shell colours, and I thought it came out quite pretty. Only problem for me was that once it had dried, I noticed there were a few little bumpy bits in it, and that was a little disappointing. I have to watch my paint carefully now. If I have it sitting in a pot for a while, I tend to get these little dried pieces. But I am so pleased with the way that picture came out. It's very, very pretty, and was not too bad for a first attempt at the shell colours. But my baby down here, my second attempt at those colours, came out just beautifully. It's got quite a lot of gloss in it. It's got some oil on it from the dimethicone, but it's also got some matte pieces, matte, rather than the shiny colouring, and it just adds to the whole picture. Something else that I found quite interesting was that when some of the bubbles popped, they stayed as little, almost like pock marks on the painting, which to me makes it even more authentic, because the abalone shells, or power shells as we call them here in New Zealand, do have little pock marks like that from where the salt starts to eat into them after a while. So that is my what I call my power shell painting, and I will definitely be cleaning that off and varnishing it at a later date. Today I'm going to try doing another open cup pour. I have the lid of a iced coffee cup that has the straw in the top, and so I thought I would give it a try. It's got a small hole in it, so I'm going to have to be careful pouring through, and instead of having a curved edge, it's got a straight edge. So it'll be interesting to see how well it sits on the paint and how movable it is. So I'm going to put it down in approximately the centre of my canvas, and that is gripped well. I'll just twist it around a bit to make sure that it's all gripped. Good. Now my colours I'm using today are black, which is Francheville black, copper, Reno art, silver, which is Montmartre, and gold, which is Montmartre. Now all these colours are the metallics. I haven't played around with just the metallics yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the black, and I'm going to work through the colours. I will be doing it in parts, so you'll find that it will probably jump this video from time to time, because I will be pouring a little paint in and then just leaving it to do its job before I add more. Before I go any further, each one of my metallic colours has a little dimethicone added, 2 to 3 drops per pot, just in the hopes that the cells will come through the black. Right, so now I'm just going to give it a wee bit of a torch and then I'm just going to leave it for a while. Okay, so I'm going to run through the rest of the colours now, empty all the rest of them into this and just let it work its magic. Okay, in the time I've been gone, some of these cells have actually got quite large. My next step I'm going to do, I'm not going to torch it now again for a while. I can see quite a few bubbles, but they're going to have to stay there. I'm not going to remove this yet. What I'm going to do is start to move the paint around the canvas while leaving the open cup on it. So now I'm going to lift the cup. Okay, this is how it stays, exactly like that. I'm very pleased with the way it's come out. I've got plenty of gold and bronze, gold and copper, but a little less of the silver, but we'll see how it dries. So the last thing I'm going to do now is torch it. Okay, I'm going to be keeping an eye on that over the next few hours, of course, because I believe that more of the cells will develop. But that will be it for me for now. Once again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.